Hello everybody, I'm very happy to be with you today. My name is Ala El-Mansi. I'm a certified English teacher. I've been teaching English for more than 23 years. Today's session will be very helpful, especially for American diploma students on their SAT, ACT, and AST exam. So let's start. Okay, so today's session will be about vocabulary and context. It is one of the mostly tested topics on the SAT, ACT, and AST exams. So let's start. Hi everybody. Today's session will be about vocabulary and context. What do we mean by vocabulary and context? And how we deal with such questions on our SAT, ACT, and AST exams. Vocabulary and context means that context determines the meaning. This means that we are not dealing with vocabulary with their meanings as we know, or with their dictionary meanings. No, absolutely not. We are dealing with vocabulary according to the context they are in. So context determines the meaning. And the most important rule or the most important technique in dealing with such questions is to use the plug-in technique. What do we mean by plug-in technique? This means that you plug the four choices in the place of the target word or the target vocabulary you are asked about. This means that you plug the four choices and you see which one works according to the context. So let's see the first example. Okay, let's see the first example as I told you before. As used on line 31, held out, most nearly means. What is the meaning of held out here in the context? So let's read the context first, plug in the four choices, and see our correct answer. Western governments and activists encouraged dissent and held out rewards for reform, such as membership in NATO or the EU or access to funds from international financial institutions. Here, the target word is held out. What is the meaning of held out here? So, is it resisted or awaited or avoided or offered? If you plug here the four words, you will find only one answer that works. Okay, can I say that governments resisted rewards for reform? Of course not. Why? Because this is a positive thing and it can be the right answer. We can say resisted awards or rewards for reform. Can I say the government awaited means waited for reform? Of course not. Can I say the government or governments avoided? You avoid something bad, of course. You avoid something negative, not something positive, not something good. Here he's talking about three words. I cannot avoid three words, of course. So can I say governments avoided rewards? Of course not. But can I offer you some rewards for something good you do? Of course. So the correct answer is offered. So held out here means what? Means offered. So Western governments and activists encouraged dissent and offered the rewards for reform. So the correct answer is D. I think it will be a little bit easy coming with the next examples. Let's move to another example, okay? But it is a little bit different from the first. Because here, he asks me about the word directly, okay? But in two places, in two lines, not in only one line. As used on line 1 and the line 65, directly most nearly means. So it is the same in both places. It is the same in line 1 and the line 65. So let's see. Here when I say Akira came directly breaking old tradition. Was that it? Had he followed form? Had he asked his mother to speak to his father to approach a go-between? Okay? So let's stop here. Pay attention to the word a go-between. And we are going to read now the line 65. We have an understanding. Please don't judge me, my candidacy by the unseemliness of this proposal. I ask directly because the use of a go-between takes much time. So again, here the word directly, and he mentions the word go-between, and here the word directly, and he mentions he's avoiding a go-between. So what is the meaning of a go-between according to the words asked in the question, or the words asked about in the question? Can I say frankly, confidently, without mediation, or with precision? Of course, it is without mediation. Why do we choose without mediation or answer C in particular? Because again, if you plugged in the 4 words again, can I say Akira came directly, breaking all traditions, and he asked his mother to speak to his father to approach a go-between? Okay, he's not coming frankly. Okay, of course he's not dealing, he's avoiding a go-between. This means that he's not coming frankly, or he is speaking frankly. Okay, can I say confidently? Was he confident when he came or while he's speaking? Of course not. Okay, so if you plug in the word without mediation, can I say Akira came without mediation, breaking all tradition because he avoided a go-between? Of course it is, because when you avoid a go-between, so you came directly, you came without mediation, you came directly. He does not speak to his father, or he does not speak to his mother in order to speak to his father, so he came directly without mediation. Can I say with precision? Of course not. So we will eliminate A, eliminate B, eliminate D. So the right answer is C, without mediation. So again, you plug in the 4 choices in order to see which one works well. So our choice here is C. Okay, one of the most famous examples in our lesson, which is vocabulary in context, is this one. As used in line 40, the word plastic most nearly means. What do you mean by the word plastic here in the context? Is it creative or artificial, malleable, sculptural? Okay, so let's see the context first, and then we can determine what does the word plastic mean here in our context. We know that human brain, he's talking about here the human brain, is highly plastic. Okay? Neurons and synapses change as circumstances change. Okay? Again, neurons and synapses change as circumstances change. So he is describing the brain, our human brain, as highly plastic. What do you mean by plastic here? Can I describe our brain as creative? Of course, our brains are creative. But can I say our brains are highly plastic? They can do a lot of mathematical problems in a short time, so our brains are creative. But here, he does not mention anything related to creativity. He says that neurons and synapses change as circumstances change. So, is it creative? No. Can I say artificial? Some people may think that plastic is an artificial thing. But here, can I describe our brains as artificial because they change as circumstances change? Of course not. Can I say malleable? What's the meaning of malleable? It means flexible, something flexible, change according to circumstances. Yes, It is. So our answer is C. It is the right one. Can I say it is skeletal? No, of course it is not. So here again, with plugging the four choices, okay, you will find only one which gives the meaning according to the context. So when you are describing the human brains as plastic, so you are describing them as malleable or flexible because they change according to circumstances, or they change as circumstances change. So they are malleable, which means flexible. You got it? Okay. Again, words may come with their first meaning, or with the meaning you know, or with their dictionary meanings, as in this example. When I say, as used on line 65, the word devise most nearly means. Devise means what? Create, maybe. Solve, probably. Imagine, perhaps. Begin, maybe. Okay? So, let's see the meaning of devise according to the context. Here, he's talking about the researchers were able to devise a mathematical model that describes the movement and formation of these waves. Okay. Some students were misled by the word mathematical. They thought that the right answer is solve because there is the word mathematical, and what we do is math, if not solve them. But here, I'm not talking about mathematical or math at all. I'm talking about a mathematical model. Okay, so they were able to devise a mathematical model. What do you mean by devise a mathematical model? Can I say they were able to create a mathematical model? Can we create a model? Of course. The right answer is A. Because you can devise a model, so you are creating a model. Can I say solve because of the word mathematical? No, because here we are not talking about math. We are talking about a mathematical model. I'm talking about a model. I can't solve a model, of course. So solve is not the right answer. What about imagine? Can I say the researchers were able to imagine a mathematical model that describes the movement and the formation of these waves? Of course not. Because here they are just imagining. Okay, what is my achievement in imagining something good? The researchers were able to imagine. And how did they imagine a mathematical model that describes? It's already describing the movement and formation of these waves. So they are not imagining a model. Imagine is not the right answer. What about the word begin? Okay, if you begin something, you can finish it. Okay, but already here he's talking about the researchers were able to devise, they were able to begin a mathematical model. And if they were able to begin a mathematical model, okay, can this model describe the movement and formation of the waves? Of course not, because they just begin the model. So if you plug the four choices again in place or instead of the word devise, you will find only one correct answer. Devise here means what? Means to create. Got it? Thank you very much. Okay. In the next example, I'll be acting with you. Acting? Yes, I'll be acting with you in order to let you know the meaning of the word that he asks about. Here in our example, he's asking about the word turn. He's asking in line 2, turn most nearly means. So I'm looking for the meaning of the word turn. So let's see our example in the context. Lady Carolda stepped out on the platform. She stepped out on the platform of the small wayside station and took a turn or two up and down its uninteresting length. Why? To kill time till the train should be pleased to proceed on its way. Okay, I need you to imagine with me, okay, to act with me. Lady Carlota stepped out on the platform of the small wayside station and took a turn or two. In order to do what? In order to kill time till the train proceeds on its way. Okay? Can I say, Lady Carlota, so a slight movement cannot be the right answer, because I cannot take a slight movement in order to kill time, because she's waiting the train and she was waiting for the train to proceed on its way, and she needs to kill time. So a slight movement is not the right answer. So it is not the right answer. Okay, change in rotation. You know, this is my stand here, and I change my rotation. Can I change my rotation in order to kill time? Of course not. So it is not the right answer. So let's eliminate change in rotation. A short walk. Okay? I take some short walk, some or two short walks in order to kill time. We always do this when we are waiting for our train to proceed. So a short walk is the right answer. So it is a short walk. Can I say course correction? Of course not, because when I say this is my correction, this is my course, and I change my course, and I change my course in order to make a correction in my course, so it is not the right answer. So Lady Carlota did what? In order to take time, while she is waiting for the train to proceed in its way, she of course took a short walk up and down. You know, a short walk up and down, it's an interesting length. She is talking about the pavement or the platform. So the right answer is C. I think you got it, because it is a very nice example, and I myself like it very much. Okay, and the next example he's asking about a very simple word, a one that is familiar to most of us: flat. What is the meaning of the word flat here? Does it mean static? Does it mean deflated? Does it mean featureless? Or does it mean obscure? So let's read the text. Here, it is important to remember that demographic inversion is not a proxy for population growth. It can occur in cities that are growing, those whose numbers are flat, and even in those undergoing a modest decline. So, some cities are growing, some cities are in modest decline. These are growing, these are in modest decline, growing, and in decline. So what is the third word that can go with these words? Something is growing and something is in decline. So the third option is, it is static, without any change, not growing, not declining. So because I can say that my scores are growing and my scores are declining and my scores are flat. What do I mean by flat here? It means static, not growing, not declining, not increasing, not decreasing. It is flat. So again, what do you mean by flat here? It is static, without any change, not increasing, not decreasing. You got it? Thank you. Okay, again, this example makes me laugh when I am solving this question with my students, because he's talking about Mr. Peter. He's 45 years old and he's doing something that is strange. So let's see the question. Okay, as used in line 93, becoming most ordinary means. Okay, is it emerging? Is it fading? Is it developing, or is it happening? So let's see the text. The young man had never for 1 second deserted Mr. Peters. He was always there tugging at Mr. Peters' elbow, making him do things that were not becoming in a man of 45. Okay? I'm not sure what is wrong with 45, because I'm 44. I'm about to be 45 years old. Is it wrong to be 45 or not? No, of course. But Mr. Peters were doing something strange, because he was in a restaurant in the text, and he wanted to grab the two ladies' attention by showing them the diamond ring on the fourth finger of his right hand. He was doing something strange. He'd like to attract the two ladies' attention. So he was doing something that is not becoming in a man of 45. Okay, I can attract women's attention, of course. What is wrong with 45? I'm not sure with that. Why did the writer talking about 45 as if he were a very old man? Okay, anyhow, can I say he was doing things that were not emerging in a man of 45? Of course not, because things cannot emerge in a man of 45. Okay, can I say the young man in him makes him do things that were not fitting in a man of 45? Yes, he was doing things that are not suitable for a man in 45. He is, I don't know, 45 is so old or not, but he wanted to attract women's attention or ladies' attention. So these things were not fitting in a man of 45. They were not fitting in a man of 45. They are not suitable for a man in 45. So becoming here means fitting. It is the correct answer. Can I say the young man in him makes him do things that are not developing in a man of 45? Is a man in 45 developing certain things? Maybe, but here in the context, the word becoming means fitting, so it is not developing. And again, it is not happening, because things are happening in a man of 45. It is not right answer. So he was doing things that are not fitting in a man of 45, things that are not suitable for his age, 45 years old. Okay, I think you got it. Thank you very much. Okay, at the end of our session, I hope that you understood well. I hope that my session was very helpful to you. And please don't forget to like my channel, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. See you again.